Okay, it's been a while since I posted, so I just wanted to make a quick video. It's going to be poorly edited, as in not edited, of doing the rear brakes on a Dodge Ram 3500 dual rear wheel axle. There's a couple of pitfalls and special tools, so I just want to do a quick rundown. I'm not going to do the whole thing in front of the camera, but basically on a dually, and actually a 3/4 ton as well, the weight of the truck is taken by the axle tube. So a bearing rides here and another bearing rides up here. And the axle comes in from the outside and bolts onto the hub to spin it. Doesn't actually carry any weight. So first thing, you got to pull the axle out, and then you got to separate the, once you take the hub off, you got to separate the drum, and it's one of those drum in hat kind of setup. So it's a disc with a drum on the inside for your parking brake. And to get to this nut, to remove this nut, and really not so much for removal, but for torquing it back when you put it back together, you need a special tool, and it's real similar to a four-wheel drive spline nut. So you can spend the $100 or whatever for the actual one you need, but I bought this one off of Amazon and ran it through my belt sander and cleaned these edges off so that it fits in here. This was $19 versus like $75. So that's first thing to do. Second thing, so this is the hub. That rotor sits on the back of here. This is one of the seals. The seal, as you can see, is not just a plain Jane seal. This inside section spins. So you've got to put this in before you put that hub on, before you put the disc on. And in order to do that, you got to put the bearing in here. Now these bearings are lubricated by axle oil, but there's no pump, there's no nothing. So it has been recommended that you pack these bearings with grease beforehand. So we're going to be doing that. But to drive these seals, you can't just tap on them, because if you look at the profile, it's got a little step on there. If you smack on this edge, you're going to pinch this inner portion that spins with the hub, or I'm sorry, that stays put on the axle tube. This outside spins on the hub. It's not going to allow that, and that's going to be a problem. Now, the installation tool is like $100, but in the automotive department at Lowe's or Home Depot or wherever, this is the Schedule 20 sewer drain line. It's green PVC. Fits right on there just about perfect. It's right over the top of that lip. And I'm just going to lay, if you wanted to get real fancy, you could put a cap on it, and like the complete cap, and then you'd have like a real tool. I'm not that concerned about it. I'm just going to lay a piece of wood on it, tap it in. But those are a couple of the little pitfalls on this thing that make it more difficult than your normal brake job. A couple of other issues are this nut. You have to take the caliper adapter off to get the rotor off and the hub off. This nut, or this bolt for the brake, is right here backed up against this leaf spring, so you can't back it out. So you have to take this off, rotate the thing out, then you can take all these nuts off. And that can be kind of difficult. These are 95 foot-pounds, as well as the hub to rotor. And I'll give you just a quick demonstration how this all goes together, just so you can understand it. So that's how that's going to go on. And then we put these shoulder bolts down in there. These are special bolts specific to this application. Those are torqued to 95 foot-pounds also. And that's really about it. Those are all the big differences in your standard, half-ton or front suspension brake job. I hope that helped somebody out. It was real confusing to me at first, but luckily a couple guys on YouTube have some really good videos, much better than mine, but they're longer. So hopefully that helps you out with the tools and kind of how this all goes together. Okay, when you need to torque these bolts in, the easiest way to hold this thing still and not damage the rotor process is to drop it in one of your wheels.